Milan, Italy, the 1970s. This is a city of high fashion, old money, and new ambition. And at the center of it all is this man, Roberto Calvi. Roberto wasn't a king or a prince, but he was very smart and wanted to be very, very important. He had his own bank, which is like a giant piggy bank for grown-ups. Roberto's bank was special. It was friends with the Pope's bank in a special city called the Vatican. This made everyone think Roberto's bank was the best and safest bank in the world. But Roberto had a secret plan. To make his plan work, he needed powerful friends. First, he became best friends with a big, strong man named Marcinkus, who worked at the Pope's bank. They became a team. Now, Roberto's bank was super special, like the Pope's favorite bank. But Roberto wanted even more powerful friends, so he joined a secret club for grown-ups. The club was called P2, and his boss was a man named Gelli. The men in this secret club wanted to be in charge of the whole country of Italy. To be in charge, they needed lots and lots of money. So they asked Roberto, "Can you help us get money with your special bank?" And Roberto said yes. So now, Roberto had two sets of powerful friends, the helpers from the Pope's bank and the men from the secret club. He wasn't just a normal banker anymore. He was like a magician, ready to start his big secret plan. So how do you make over $1 billion vanish into thin air? The scheme was deceptively simple and pure genius. It started with a simple piece of paper, a letter. But this letter came directly from the Vatican Bank, signed by Archbishop Marcinkus himself. They were called letters of comfort. For international banks, getting one of these was like receiving a guarantee from God. It meant the Vatican had Calvi's back. With these holy letters, Calvi could borrow almost unlimited amounts of money. Hundreds of millions of dollars flowed into Banco Ambrosiano. But the money didn't stay there. Calvi immediately moved it out, funneling it into a labyrinth of phantom companies he controlled in places like Panama, Luxembourg, and the Bahamas. These companies had important sounding names, but they were nothing more than a post office box. The money trail would go cold in the Caribbean sun. This wasn't just about getting rich. This was about funding a shadow war. A river of dirty money flowed from Calvi's bank to the Sicilian mafia to be laundered. Millions more were secretly sent to fund right-wing death squads in South America and anti-communist movements in Poland. But the biggest share went to Licio Gelli and his P2 Lodge to finance their plan to seize control of Italy. For years, the machine ran perfectly. Roberto Calvi sat at the center of it all, a quiet spider in a golden web. It seemed nothing, and no one could stop them. But they forgot one thing. Even in the Vatican, the leadership can change. Then something happened that Roberto and his friends did not expect. The old pope passed away, and a new pope was chosen. His name was John Paul I. This new pope was different. He was a very kind and gentle man, and everyone called him the Smiling Pope. But he was also very honest. He didn't like secrets, especially secrets about money. The Smiling Pope saw that something was wrong at the Pope's bank. He said, "I want to see all the papers. I want to know where all our money is going." This was very, very bad for Roberto Calvi, his friend Marcinkus, and the secret club. The new pope was about to discover their magic trick. They were all going to get in big trouble. Roberto and his friends were scared. The pope was getting closer and closer to finding out their secret. And then something strange happened, something nobody could explain. One morning, just 33 days after he became the pope, the Smiling Pope was found dead. It was a huge mystery. How could a healthy man just die so suddenly? After he died, no one asked any more questions about the bank. The plan to look at the secret papers was stopped. For Roberto Calvi and his friends, it was a miracle. Their secret was safe again. They could keep playing their money games. But a dark cloud now hung over the Vatican, and Roberto's luck was about to run out. Even without the Pope's investigation, people in Italy were starting to notice that Roberto's bank was like a bucket with a giant hole in it. Over $1 billion was just gone. The police started looking, and they found the trail of secret companies. Suddenly, Roberto's powerful friends were nowhere to be found. The secret P2 club was discovered by the police, and its members ran for cover. The Vatican locked its doors and said, "We had nothing to do with this." They left Roberto all alone to face the blame. He was arrested. He knew he was in terrible danger. The mafia, who had lost their money in his bank, wanted him silent. His old friends from the secret club wanted him silent too. He knew too much. So Roberto did the only thing he could think of. He escaped. With a fake passport and a briefcase full of secret documents, he ran to London. He thought the papers in his briefcase could protect him. He planned to tell the world about his powerful partners, hoping it would save his life. But it didn't. A few days later, on June 18, 1982, a man walking to work saw something strange under Blackfriars Bridge in London. It was Roberto Calvi. He was dead. It wasn't a simple death. His pockets were filled with bricks and stones. He was hanging from a rope, a clear message from his killers. Even the name of the bridge was symbolic. Blackfriars was a nickname for the P2 Lodge members. His briefcase, with all its secrets, was never found. Roberto Calvi, the man who flew too close to the sun, the man they called God's banker, was silenced forever. His death left behind 1,000 questions, connecting a secret club, the mafia, and the highest levels of the Vatican in one of the darkest mysteries of the 20th century.